Today, we're going to talk about what happens after you break up with a narcissist. There are a lot of emotional hurdles and questions along the way, especially about whether the narcissist feels bad about what they did. People who have been in relationships like this can really relate to this topic, which shows how hard it is to deal with your feelings after trust being broken and dreams being dashed. It makes sense to be interested in how the narcissist can feel sorrow. We'll look at the different shades of selfish behavior, like whether they feel bad about their actions after a breakup or don't care about them at all. We'll use knowledge and empathy to figure out why they seem so detached and find out what's really going on. Let's talk about how you feel now. You really cared about this person and loved them with all your heart. Some people might say it was all a dream, but your feelings were real. It hurts because you miss them, need them back, and are used to having them around. It's hard to understand when someone you care about leaves you without giving a reason. Even though they told you they loved you and would never leave, you feel alone now. Their deeds and words don't make sense to you, which hurts and confuses you. Don't our minds often pick the easy way out? It's easier to hold on to the words "I love you" than to face the harsh truth that their deeds don't match. This lack of stability can make you feel lost in a storm of emotions that you can't get away from. You might wonder, do they even think about me? Given how much you invested in them, it's natural to expect some level of care in return. However, narcissists have a unique way of showing care, if it can even be called that. When you decide to leave, they have three main concerns. First, they are primarily concerned with protecting their reputation. They care more about how others see them than how your departure affects you. When my partner took a break from our relationship, my immediate worry was, how will people perceive me? I quickly crafted a narrative where I appeared as the victim, trying to maintain the image of a devoted partner. I panicked, thinking, how will this affect my reputation? They might even provoke conflicts to make you leave first, all to preserve their perfect image. Once you're out of the picture, their focus shifts to self-preservation, ignoring your feelings. They may use various tactics to draw you back, prioritizing their image over your well-being. Let's break down the hoovering strategy, a common tactic used by narcissists with several deceptive purposes. First, when they try to pull you back into the relationship, it's mainly to make themselves look good. They'll say things like, "See, I made an effort to reconcile. Doesn't that show I'm a good person?" This helps them maintain the illusion of being the perfect partner according to their twisted narrative. Another tactic they use is character assassination, where they spread lies about you to make themselves look better. They blame you for everything, portraying you as the villain to boost their own image. In extreme cases, they might accuse you of infidelity or abuse to tarnish your reputation and cast themselves as the hero. After a breakup, a narcissist is primarily concerned with how others see them. They'll go to great lengths to protect their public image, regardless of the harm it causes to others. It's all about them, and understanding this helps explain their behavior after a separation. A narcissist's top priority after you leave is their public image. Next, they focus on finances. Third and crucially, it's about control. For a narcissist, control is essential. They can't stand losing it. When you leave, it unsettles them because they're used to being in charge. Losing control over you is their biggest fear because their identity relies on being dominant. They constantly think, how do I regain control? This fear drives them to hoover you back into the relationship post-breakup in a desperate attempt to reclaim lost control. Hoovering is their way of pulling you back after the breakup to maintain their hold on you. They'll do anything to keep that control, even if it means lying to paint you as the cause of the breakup. It's all part of their plan to stay in control, even after the relationship has ended. Dealing with narcissists involves understanding three main elements that dominate their lives: their self-image, their finances, and their need for control. These are the core of narcissism, and they'll do anything to protect them. Recognizing their deep fear of losing control, their obsession with a perfect image, and their need for financial security is crucial when disentangling yourself from a narcissistic relationship. These factors also play a significant role in legal matters like divorces or custody battles, shedding light on their behavior after the relationship ends. A key truth about narcissists, especially during breakups, is their self-centered nature. They often make poor parents, neglecting their duties or pushing them onto others. Even pets may be ignored. Their lack of concern for your feelings or the relationship shows where their priorities lie. Remembering this can help when you have doubts. You might think, but didn't they say they cared? Didn't they promise to change? Those were just words without actions. The real measure is how they consistently treat you and others. Their main focus is on maintaining their image, protecting their money, and keeping control, especially after you're gone. It's important to know you're not losing touch with reality. The emotional whirlwind, uncertainty, and turmoil are normal parts of this process. Many have faced similar struggles and come out stronger. Don't hesitate to seek support or connect with others who have been through the same. Ending a relationship with a narcissist is tough, but understanding their focus on image, money, and control can help you make sense of their actions and move forward. You're not alone, and with time and support, you'll get through this. In conclusion, understanding a narcissist after a breakup can feel like entangling a complicated knot, difficult and confusing. But with the right knowledge and support, you can tackle it. If this discussion helped you, please like, share your thoughts or experiences below, and share this with others who might benefit. If you want more content like this, subscribe and turn on notifications. Your support encourages us to keep providing valuable information. Ever pondered upon the intricate dance of reactions from a narcissist? It's crucial to realize that emulating their behavior isn't a panacea. Mirroring their actions won't catalyze an epiphany or spur a change of heart. They don't pause for introspection, contemplating, does this resonate with my soul? Or perhaps I should reassess my conduct. No, such reflections seldom occur. Anticipating an epiphany after offering them a taste of their own medicine is futile. They're cognizant, yet indifferent. What's worse, they loathe it when you employ analogous tactics against them. In today's episode, we delve into 5 probable reactions from a narcissist if you reciprocate their treatment. If you're intrigued and eager to delve deeper, ensure you're subscribed and hit the notification bell to stay abreast. Are you prepared to embark on this voyage? Let's plunge headfirst. 1. Figuring out emotional control. Emotional manipulation is a sneaky way to get people to do what you want them to do in relationships. People who are selfish tend to use this technique to get others to do what they want by making them feel guilty. Imagine that when you approach them with their wrongdoings, they skillfully bring up painful memories like shared experiences or hardships in order to change your mind. What was their goal? To get people to feel sorry for you and give you a good reaction. Be careful of how they present themselves as victims. This is a trick they use to make you feel guilty. Using this trick is the sneaky way that selfish guilt works. 2. The cycle of being a victim. If you look into the complicated world of egotistical behavior, you'll find the skill of playing the victim, which is a deliberate way to distract people. In this case, narcissists are very good at making themselves look like the victim, which hides their own role in the dispute. As part of this psychic dance, they pretend to be victims while making you the bad guy. Through a verbal dance, they may act like victims even though they are the ones who caused the trouble. As they switch roles, they pull off a clever trick to avoid taking responsibility and focus on how you reacted. You are about to face a trial by fire, where copying their behavior becomes a weaponized charge of abuse. It goes beyond just gaslighting. It's a planned attempt to change the story so that punishments for crimes that weren't even committed are okay. 3. The storm of thoughts and actions. Consider this situation. You notice that you are acting like someone else. It's a moment of truth that breaks their false sense of power. The shock that followed isn't really surprise. It's how they reacted when their plan to trick people fell apart. Seeing them lose control makes them feel weak and exposed, which makes them try to retake control by getting angry, intimidating, or manipulating others. They need to feel like they are better than everyone else, and any challenge to their power is seen as an attack. Get ready for the storm. It could come in the form of verbal attacks or even physical violence, all motivated by the threat to their carefully constructed image of strength. 4. The gap between intensifying plans. Finding out more about the complicated minds of people who act narcissistically shows that they have a strange reaction when they see their own actions reflected. Narcissists hate admitting they did something wrong. Instead, they prefer to shift the blame onto others by projecting and justifying their actions. For them, mirroring is a form of disobeying orders and slander, which makes them want to punish. You should be ready for a rise in abuse, trickery, punishment, retaliation, drama, distance, and outright narcissism as the situation gets worse. This heightened state is more than just mental turmoil. It affects real parts of life as well, like denying access to important resources, starting legal battles, and upsetting the peace that should come with a separation. The power play gets worse when people try to isolate you or hurt your image, using other people as unwitting pawns in their plan. They do terrible things to get back in control when they are exposed because they are so desperate. 5. The mosaic of psychotic stories. You can go on a trip through the narcissist's story and find a mosaic of pathology. When they see you acting like them, it's like they're labeling you with disorders like bipolar, narcissistic, or borderline personality disorder. This move serves two purposes. It puts the blame on you and supports their story of being a victim. You are about to read a story in which all of your relationship problems are directly blamed on you, including problems with your friends, family, and job. Some of them may even make up stories about addiction or drug abuse, avoiding official labels to avoid being held responsible. Be amazed at how complicated their story is. If it helps their cause, they'll even call you a phony. The end result? A confusing maze that makes you look mentally unstable, hurts your trustworthiness, and skillfully changes how people around you see you. Encountering a narcissist? Brace yourself, for it's akin to entering a labyrinth of formidable proportions. Many have found themselves ensnared in the intricate web of their manipulation for extensive durations. Though the journey towards change may seem daunting, its rewards far outweigh the tribulations. Narcissists, devoid of empathy, traverse through life, heedless of others' emotional landscapes. Their inability to empathize manifests in bouts of rage, rendering them incapable of grasping alternate perspectives. Trifling matters act as tinder, igniting fires of fear within them, resulting in confrontations, verbal barbs, withdrawal, or the cold silence of indifference when their presence is unwelcome. Understanding the unyielding nature of their ego is paramount. Once this realization takes root, redirecting focus towards personal joy becomes imperative. Even if the battle spans a lifetime, victory's sweetness at the journey's end eclipses every hardship endured. Uncover 10 strategies to navigate the labyrinth of narcissism, with the most astonishing revelation unveiled at the climax. Brace yourself until the 10th revelation, and prepare to marvel at its ingenuity. 1. Use the power of naming. It hits close to home to call a narcissist by name. It makes them feel less important and can make them nervous. By calling them by name, you show that their actions don't scare you. Make eye contact and say their name out loud when you talk to them. Hearing their name makes you stand out because narcissists often treat others like they are less than human. If you use this strategy over and over, it can throw them off. 2. Don't change the subject. Stop the narcissist from getting in the way of the talk. They might try to change the subject to make things more heated and make it impossible for you to have a useful conversation. Do not allow this strategy to work. Always bring the discussion back to what it was about in the first place. Don't let them feel good about taking your attention away from what's important. Keep your cool and fight the desire to fight back if they start attacking you personally. Avoid getting caught up in their cycle of anger and keep your cool no matter what they do. 3. Don't take responsibility for their feelings. No matter what other people think, It's normal to feel sad or angry. Don't take personally claims that you are too sensitive. Keep your cool and stick to your emotional limits. Allow the narcissist to show their anger without taking responsibility for it. They can't trick you into doing what they want if you refuse to take responsibility for their feelings. Remember that they are in charge of their own emotions, not you. Be firm in your thinking, and know that their feelings don't control what you do. 4. Learn to be quiet when people are being negative. When someone is acting badly, don't interact with them. If someone attacks, talks about you behind your back, yells, or puts you down, don't respond. They love attention, even if it's bad attention. By not interacting with them when they act out, you deny them the fire they need. Their anger is looking for someone to hit, and if you keep talking to them even though they are mean, it will only make them act worse. Stop this cycle by stepping away from them totally when they act out. 5. Watch out for lying to yourself. People who are empaths can easily fall for a narcissist's front. Even though they know it's not true, they may feel sorry for the narcissist and try to explain their behavior. Seek understanding if you think someone is lying. Instead of giving in to emotional pressure, check the facts calmly. Empaths are naturally caring, but this can lead them wrong. To keep yourself grounded in reality, look for proof. Stay strong and don't try to justify the ego or wish things were different. 6. Point out their lies. Narcissists are very good at gaslighting, which means they try to make you doubt your own health. Maintain your cool and politely correct their lies. Write down important details to keep track of them, and talk about your worries with family and friends you trust. Talk to the narcissist in front of other people to make them responsible. Make sure that all of the proof is easy to see and get to. When they find out that you're showing their lies, they might try to change the story to fit their needs. But sticking to your truth will only make the hole they're making for themselves bigger. Put yourself around people who know how honest you are. You shouldn't hang out with people who believe the narcissist's lies. Make real connections with people who value your honesty. This will help you live a more satisfying life. 7. Having courage over fear. The first step to finding out what kind of person a narcissist is to face them without fear. The fear they use to control and trick empaths is their main tool. When people are scared,